Now, we previously looked at history of the streets in the French Quarter, and I thought let's look at the main arteries of the Big Easy. Next time you visit and are just driving through, this series will expand your knowledge of our streets, history, and some of the highlights on them. Stay tuned. The city street names, as we have seen, are unique and varied in their origins. It's the rare place to find streets of cookie-cutter variety. I thought we'd take our next foray into street names with the main thoroughfares of the city. Those streets locals and visitors alike might find themselves on at any given time. Please comment below on what streets or areas you'd like to see us cover in future episodes. Let's start right here at North Claiborne Avenue. North and South Claiborne are the longest streets in the city at 9.8 miles and is arguably one of the busiest running from one end of the parish line to the other. But where did it get its name? Well, it's named after William Charles Cole Claiborne. He was the first United States governor of Louisiana, serving during both the territorial period and as the first governor under statehood. New Orleans was the capital city at the time, and he called it home. Claiborne's a great drive to get a look at the past, present, and future of New Orleans. It takes you through old-line neighborhoods that were destroyed during Katrina, then into the heart of the business district, and leads us to the universities and then into Jefferson Parish, all the while showing you the culture of the city. Running 5 or 6 blocks riverbound from Claiborne is St. Claude Avenue. It travels from the lower 9th Ward to St. Bernard Avenue. It used to go all the way to Canal Street, but part was renamed after Henrietta DeLille, and the Municipal Auditorium in Armstrong Park removed other parts of it. Its origin starts with Claude Treme. In 1798, he created Rue St. Claude after his patron saint and subdivided his plantation. It was later extended, changing the name of Good Children to be part of St. Claude. St. Claude will take you just a block away from Fats Domino's house on Caffin Avenue. Then along the edge of the Bywater neighborhood, you can stop along the way at the St. Roch Market for coffee and shopping before heading into the Faubourg Marigny. We find ourselves on Rampart, north to be exact, since there is a north and a south. This street was one of Adrian de Pauga's original streets. It's called Rampart because it ran just behind the city's fortifications. As the city expanded, these extensions got other names such as Hercules, Love, and Circus, but they were eventually combined all under the Rampart title. North and South, like all such streets in New Orleans, are divided at Canal Street. Rampart has the French Quarter on one side, Armstrong Park on the other, but if you want my tip, visit Our Lady of Guadalupe Church. It was built in 1826 as the mortuary chapel, and it was constructed specifically to hold funerals for yellow fever victims. Speaking of Canal Street, running from the Mississippi River, City Park Avenue in the Cemetery District, and proceeds to the shore of Lake Pontchartrain. As streets go, it's the heart of the city, bisecting uptown and downtown. It is now the epicenter of our tourist culture and our hotel corridor. It holds the distinction as the widest street in America at 171 feet wide. This seems odd until you understand its origins. For roughly the first 100 years, it was the upriver boundary of the city. But in 1807, when French surveyor Joseph Antoine Venanci first conceptualized a canal linking the Mississippi River, Bayou St. John, and Lake Pontchartrain, it was planned in the then empty green common area that now comprises Canal Street. But of course, the canal never came to pass. Instead, the wide medium became the heart of downtown. Canal has such an interesting history that it should probably get an episode all of its own. It has the Aquarium of the Americas, the Harris Casino, many great and noteworthy hotels and restaurants, and that's all before you leave downtown itself. At the other end, we have the Cemetery District. Where else can you catch a streetcar to cemeteries? Jump now to the other end of the old city. We covered Esplanade in our episode on French Quarter streets. You can follow the link here to see that. On the edge of the Faubourg Marigny is Elysian Fields Avenue. It runs the approximate 5 miles from the river to the lake. It started as a sawmill road and was originally cut to help the lumber from the mill reach the lake via rail. It was named by Bernard Marigny after the Avenue des Champs-Élysées in Paris. Starting at the lake on the campus of the University of New Orleans and the site of which was once Pontchartrain Beach, it travels towards the river and into the city's past along the Frenchman Corridor, all the way to the beautiful Mississippi. We find ourselves now in the American sector, the modern-day central business district on Tulane Avenue. Named for Paul Tulane, who arrived in New Orleans in 1818, his general mercantile store helped him amass a wealth of several $millions. So, at his death, he left all his property to the University of Louisiana. They were so grateful that they changed their name to honor its benefactor. The city honored him with a street that now runs from Rampart to Carrollton Avenue. Now, it starts at the hospital that also bears his name and travels towards the river, passing the remnants of both Dixie and Falstaff breweries and the Orleans Parish Courthouse. Right before it ends, you can stop in at 504 Craft Beer Reserve to relax like a local. We now find ourselves on Poydras Street, where it starts at the entrance of the Hilton Riverside. It's named for Julien de Lalande Poydras. He was a French-American merchant, planner, financier, poet, educator, and political leader who served as a delegate for the territory of Orleans to the U.S. House of Representatives. He was a catalyst in the promotion of Louisiana statehood and helped draft the state's first constitution. He also served as the first president of the Louisiana State Senate. Poydras also has Harrah's Casino, Mother's Restaurant, along with many great hotels. Its crown jewel, in my opinion, has to be the Superdome. So many streets, so little time. We'll continue this series on our main arteries in future episodes. Don't forget to visit our website at www.bigeasylife.org to get all our videos, blog posts, and our merch store. And see our daily history moments on our social media platforms. And as always, thanks for being part of our Big Easy Life.